Hello, welcome back to Blender Sushi Live Coding. In this episode, we're gonna continue from where we left off before. So we did create this kind of like a pencil, procedural pencil using Sverchok add-on in Blender. The setup last time actually looks something pretty much like this, right? We get a lot of quite a few nodes. But in this episode, I'm gonna take you to creation of the monad. The monad is the way you can group a lot of nodes and turn it into a single node. Like in this case, we got these nodes with a bunch of parameters. And the nice thing about this is we can easily vectorize and split the data, which means like in this example, so we have like a crayon with different height and then slight variations at the top there. So I think the pencil itself, the details, the level of detail is kind of a tricky part. It's really up to you how detailed you want to make your procedural pencils gonna be. Like maybe you want to think about the graphite part and then all different parts of the pencil to make it looks like the pencil you want. Of course, in this case, just look like a wax or candle. Actually, yeah, I think because of the material. But anyhow, I'll show you how we can go about doing that. So if you just want to continue from last time, you just grab it from this gist. One of these, actually the last one I did was this one. Just copy the link and then jump into Sverchok and then just paste the link into SV import and export. That's the way you might want to load the gist. So just click on import and paste the gist here, and just actually just delete the GitHub bits. Just import this part and then click import, and providing you have internet connection, you should get the Crayon. Okay, this is how it looks like at the moment. So a little bit messy, but I'll tidy up real quick. So this is a SV Crayon monad demo. So perhaps you want to tidy this up a little bit. What I did is I'll grab all the parameters that's gonna be that we can modify. We don't need this. Plug that in. It's a good idea actually to name everything. Wait, this one. Okay, I think that's pretty much it. This one middle part. Okay, that's the. So I'll delete the frame. So we have a bunch of parameters. Even though this is like still pretty simple setup, but still interesting to study. So this is the output. It's just becoming like a single crayon object. Let me check all the parameters. It's better to name it everything, because if you have like the same name, it's gonna sometimes cause problem. So top part, middle part, subdivision, all this one, and cap. Okay. Half sphere division. Okay, I think that should be working. We just select everything in between the input and output, and then just tap spacebar and then type in monad and create monad from selected objects. That should take care most of the parameters, I think. It's the middle part height. Maybe I missed this one. I'll just plug this one manually. So apparently, see, we have a couple variables with the same name here. Radius, top. Well, that's probably not good. I'll just change it to like a different name. I don't know. For now, I just give it a random name, because if it has the same name, the the value tends to mix up somehow. So we have float. What is this float? Okay. Okay, if we have a lot of like a branching like this, we can actually use a shift and then mouse click there and then plug it like that. Very neat. Float. I don't know what it is, but I'll go up and then check this. So this is crayon or pencil. I'll just name it crayon. So we have all these nodes that we can just delete now. Okay, our crayon now looks like this. Maybe because the value we need to modify. I'm not gonna turn on vectorize or split yet, but this should work somehow. So that seems like the subdivision. Radius. Okay, that's radius top and radius bottom. That's the subdivisions. I need to be careful with some of this. Okay, radius top. Okay, that's okay, that's the top of the pencil. This is the bottom part of the pencil. The height. Okay, that's the height of the thing. Subdivision of the middle part. Subdivision of the top part. And that's the height of the pencil. Okay, nice. I can go back. We can always go back to the monad and change the naming. Crayon height. Go up and check this. Okay. Middle part subdivision, top part subdivision. That's the height. This bottom part. Okay, that's the subdivision of the bottom part. We have control of the radius of the crayon. Okay, that's the bottom part. Okay, I think we are getting somewhere. Okay. If I bake this, I'll check. So apparently, okay, yeah, seems to be working. Maybe the normal of this guy at the top is a bit weird. Oh, is that like hollow? Is that guy hollow? Somewhat. The top bit is kind of hollow, but I'm not gonna worry about that. For now, we have our crayon monad, and with this thing as a single node, we can easily vectorize this. So I'll show you. Just use line, plug into the matrix, so we have like a multiple instance of this crayon. Let's make it 16. Give a different step value, and we can vectorize and split. And now we can start randomizing the height, for example. So that's crayon height. Random number generator for the crayon. We have 16 crayon here. 16. Plug the. Let's make it random value between 0.5 and 2.5. Plug this into the crayon height, and there we go. So you see, it's very easy suddenly to generate this crayon. And if you like, we can also give different color and etc. Currently it's just like a preview, but if you want like a proper one, instead of using viewer draw, let's use a viewer bmesh, and this guy will actually generate the crayon. And this is real objects. Let's turn off matcap and give it some materials. So I'll give it like this material, I'll call it crayon matte, and turn on object color, give a material, actually give material here, and for each one of them we know that we can just give a random object color. It will be recognized by the material. So we have this guy. See, this complex thing become a single monad, which is really nice, actually really nice that we can do this. We just now give it a color, object ID set, objects plug in, give it a color. Let's give a color in, plug into this guy, turn on use alpha, and now we can give it a color for each crayon. Just give a random number, float 16. We have, because if we have 16 crayon, plug into the hue, and we have random color crayon. And if we want more, turn instead of using line, we're gonna use maybe use hexagonal grid. I don't know how many we have here. So let's check the number of hexagrid we have. (42). Okay, center, plug into the matrix. Now we have 42 different objects. Center, okay, 42 here. So 42 different color, and maybe spread this a little bit and plug this into the matrix. Okay, there you go. That's a bunch of crayon being spread. It's arranged in a hexagonal kind of pattern. We can change this to diamond, for example. Something like that. We have 64 now. Okay, I'll just plug this total value into the crayon. Okay, now let's randomize let's reduce the saturations, and for this guy, gonna adjust the height of the crayon. There we go. Sets up. Very quickly we can have this different procedural crayon. You can actually also randomize each height of the crayon here. Just add more realism, sort of. 0.1, 1.2, plug into the height. Okay, that's 0.8. 1.2 and 1.6. And we can randomize the seed if you like. The top part is not hollow anymore, I don't think. Okay, still hollow. Anyhow, that's a crayon or maybe just a candle. But I think the pencil monad itself can still be improved. It's really totally up to you, but that's pretty much it for this live noding. Another quick look at the creation of monad, and this is for our pencil crayon procedural thing. Okay, so hopefully you find this useful. If you have any question, feedbacks, let me know in the comment below. Thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.